attempt to infiltrate by Pakistani terrorists from Uri sector on August 25th has been busted by our forces. The terrorists were detected by electronic surveillance gadgets after specific intelligence inputs were received. 3 terrorists were eliminated by alert Indian Army troops. What you see on the right of your screens in Uri is in fact those terrorists entering into Indian territory in the Uri sector. You can see those dots there. They were found using the surveillance systems that are in place, electronic surveillance gadgets that are constantly monitoring movement along the border. And these 3 terrorists were identified, they were neutralized by our forces. There have been similar such incidents in the last few days of Pakistani terrorists attempting to enter into Indian soil to create unrest and to spread terror. Our alert forces along the border is ensuring that all of their plans are foiled. Let's in fact show you the footage that's been released, which you see 3 terrorists entering in or attempting to enter at the Uri sector. The electronic surveillance footage there shows them walking in, trying to use the tree cover and hide and enter into Indian territory. They were immediately identified and targeted, brought down by forces. This is the footage that's emerged of the infiltration bid that's been foiled in Uri sector. Our forces on the ground there along the border, using the surveillance techniques that they had, found these terrorists trying to enter in. There were specific intelligence inputs that they had received that there would be a heightened infiltration attempts, particularly along the Uri sector. And it is based on this that there was a high alert sounded in these particular parts. Once these 3 Pakistani terrorists were seen trying to enter into Indian soil, they were immediately alerted, eliminated by our alert Indian Army troops. This is the communication that's also come in from the Indian Army as they confirmed this particular development along our border. The last few days with targeted killings being reported in the valley by Pakistani terrorists, our forces have been on high alert to stop any attempt of infiltration from Pakistan, particularly because we've been seeing a lot more attempts and our forces along the LOC trying to ensure that no matter what, these terrorists do not manage to step into Indian soil. One incident here in Uri where 3 Pakistani terrorists have been caught on camera trying to enter using the tree cover as a shield and then trying to enter into Indian soil, eliminated by our forces. Ashraf Wani is joining us with more details on this. Ashraf, the footage that's been released by the Indian Army clearly shows these 3 terrorists trying to infiltrate, trying to enter. Any details that we've really been able to pick up about this operation and who these terrorists were?
Akshita, basically it was the 3rd infiltration bid on line of control during last 1 week. Earlier, another infiltration, in fact 2 infiltration bids were foiled in Nowshera sector of Rajouri district on line of control in the same area. Then yesterday, this infiltration bid was foiled on line of control in the Uri sector of Baramulla district, where the thing comes out that the latest surveillance equipments which had been installed on the line of control are much helping to the armed forces on line of control to track and trace these infiltration bids. That is why they are getting success and foiling these infiltration bids. As far as this infiltration bid is concerned, it took place in the Kamalkote area of Uri yesterday, where the troops get the information and the about this infiltration and accordingly launched the operation against these infiltrators and neutralized all the 3 infiltrators who were the part of that infiltrated group on line of control. 3 infiltrators which came from across the border had been killed in that operation, and search operation, combing operation was carried out throughout the day yesterday. Today, Army is going to brief about this operation and they believe it is a major success because before winters, these kind of infiltration attempts will increase and are increasing during the month of September, when more and more infiltrators and terrorists are being pushed from launching pads from across the line of control from POK. That is why the Army has been put on high alert all across the line of control in the Kashmir division as well as in the Jammu division.
There's a clear attempt here, Ashraf, by these Pakistani terror elements to push terrorists into Indian soil, particularly in the last 1 week, as you've highlighted. Several infiltration attempts have been thwarted, have been foiled by our forces. But has it also led to increased terror incidents in the valley in Jammu and Kashmir, Ashraf?
Akshita, basically the winter is ahead. There are chances that after September there will be a heavy snowfall on the areas near the line of control. Then the infiltration is becoming very tough for the infiltrators. Before the winters, always the terror modules and the terror groups across the line of control try to push more and more terrorists into the Jammu and Kashmir, so that the pot keeps boiling in the Kashmir Valley. There could be the terror attacks on the security forces, and before the winters the number is being increased in the Kashmir Valley of the terror groups and the terror members. That is why these infiltration bids had increased during last few weeks, particularly during last 1 week. And but as I said, that the surveillance equipment, the CCTV cameras which had been put all along the line of control are helping to the army on the line of control to trace these infiltration bids and are succeeding in filing these infiltration bids on line of control. But one thing is clear, during last 1 year, more than 100 militants had been, 130 specifically, had been killed in the Kashmir Valley. They include 35 foreign militants. That is why the commanders are in less number in the Kashmir Valley, in different terror groups. That is why they are trying to push more and more militants into the Kashmir Valley.
All right, Ashraf, thank you very much for joining us with all of those details.